All right, and we're live. Look, peace and Black Power family. I want to welcome everybody to another NCRBGZ Productions. Today, I got a guest on the show. We're going to talk about the recap of the Black Power Festival 2018 that was in Greenville, North Carolina. Wonderful event. If you didn't come, you missed the treat. That's all I'm going to say. But with that being said, how everybody doing, man? Y'all know how we do. We know we like to have small talk. Okay, hold on. I think we got James in the building.
Okay.
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
All right, that's what's up. Peace, man. How you doing, bro?
I'm blessed, man. How you doing, brothers?
Hey, look,
Good.
man, we doing good. We're glad you're here, man. And like I was just introducing, telling everybody what the name of the show is. I'm glad you're here because we got the founder, the creator, the organizer of the Black Power Festival on the show, and that's what we need, family. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, I'm gonna let y'all introduce yourselves to the family and to the audience, and then we'll just give a recap of the event. So we'll start with James. It's from my left to my right.
Could you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you clear, bro.
Okay. Yeah, man. My name is James Jones, man. Pretty much, I'm a revolutionary, man. Basically born out of here from Greenville, North Carolina. Um, Pretty much family is from right out of Bronx, New York, right out for Washington Avenue. So coming up, man, basically, man, just having an understanding of how both of the worlds work. My mom used to send me into the city, and when I basically got a chance of just looking at just the community and all, and the mindsetting of the people there up north, especially with the culture, it was totally different than what that I was immune to. You understand what I'm saying? So, from the south, I began to see that it wasn't so much of a big shift in this area. But basically, man, just coming up, just always being an outcast and wanting to do something totally different. Wanted to be really to be able to support our people, our community, and do what I need to do within the power of the masses, man, to make a difference and a change into the society that we live in. And pretty much, man, I just pretty much just use my resources. Um, Pretty much 4 years now, coming back to Greenville, North Carolina from living in Atlanta, Georgia. So I got a chance of really just venturing out, meeting great guys that's down there, kings and queens that's down there that's doing their thing, uh, 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 such as Dwayne Jordan with the Black Power Awards that he does. And I believe that this is second annual that he did the Black Power Awards down there, man. So we got a chance to kind of build, man, and meeting some great people there, man. So at the time of just moving back home, I just had an idea of just wanting to bring that type of energy here to the Eastern North Carolina because we don't see it as much, man. So bringing the Black Power Fest here was something different, a change of movement, and an understanding to the people to bring awareness of what's been going on, and also to be able to educate within our leaders and our pioneers towards our present and our past and our present leaders that has walked this earth, man. So just wanting to do a lot, man, for the community. I'm very in tune with the kids. I pretty much run a program here through the Pitt County Board of Education. Did a program that pretty much I got going soon when I got back home, and we pretty much got 64 kids that's part of this program. So my thing is just creating, man. I feel like if the city is not doing it, at the end of the day, I think we have the power to create it. I've seen it through the history of times. If it was the Black Panther Party, man, of self defense, I seen them create all types of programs and things that benefit, especially within the inner city, man. So I just feel like we're here to to continue to keep that legacy alive and to do what we can do for the people. You know, and that's my only passion. I'm not looking for nothing back. I'm not trying to get any publicity, no type of fame for none of this. You know, my thing is about benefiting others than myself. You know, I tell a lot of people it's more about, to me, it's about just pretty much sparking the mind. I feel like if I can spark the mind, man, everything else will fall into place. It's like a domino effect. You understand what I'm saying? So, with the young kids, I feel like those are the ones are most reachable because they're still growing. They are still learning, as well as even the brain, the scientific of their brain is still, is still soaking in. So a lot of these kids I do take in, they pretty much, they coming out of poverty, coming out of low income homes. Father's not there, the mother's not there. Father's hooked up on crack cocaine, things of that nature. So they don't see they all they see is what their environment exposed them to. So what I try to do, man, is bridge that gap and just to show them that there's much more than besides their circumstances or where they are right now, and just teaching them the power and the greatness that's within them. There's nothing that's outside of ourselves that we have to feel that we have to attach to us to make us great. And I think that's what we have to know. When one man can understand the power that they have, the abilities that they have, and be able to learn to pull it out of them, because it's nothing outside of yourself. We are self-contained seed, and we have to learn that and to be able to not only learn that, but we got to also, use those powers. And a lot of our people don't know how to use it. So that's my angle, man. That's what I'm about. I'm very passionate about it, and pretty much all about building relationships, and really moving with the masses, man. So thank you, man. Stuart Phil, man, thank you so much, man, for being a part, man, of the Black Power Fest, man. I enjoyed you. I enjoyed your speaking, and you said some heavy weight out there, man. And I thank you for that, brother.
All right, I appreciate that, man. And I'm telling you, brother DJ is very, you're a part of Ulu. Brother DJ Dwayne Jordan, who doing the Black Power.
Say it again.
DJ, we call him DJ.
Dwayne Jordan.
Yeah, we call him DJ.
Yeah, that's my man. That's my man in Atlanta, right?
Yeah. So look, you a part of Ulu? Have you joined Ulu, Us Lifting Us? DJ, he the president of Us Lifting Us.
I'm
You familiar with it?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it, but I'm not part of it.
Okay, look, that's a good.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with it.
Yeah, I'll look that up. All right, I don't want to mess your name up, D-Dane. I'm screwing it up. So I'm gonna.
Nah, you good, brother.
Man.
You good, brother. It's Deedon Wakuri. Yeah, I'm Deedon Wakuri. I'm out of Greenville. I pride myself as a revolutionary, and my mission is just to organize the masses of the Black working class and the poor people to understand that like James touched on, it's the power of self that change our circumstances. It's not electoral politics. It's not stars. It's not athletes. It's not movies that might excite us, but it's actually going out there and doing the work for real. And that's what I'm about. And that's what I live for, and that's what I dedicated my life to. So that's me in a nutshell.
Okay, That's what's up. Look, man, I appreciate y'all brothers for being up here today. And like y'all, I got that same passion for the viewers. They don't hear it, so ain't no reason for me to go through all that, because I talk about it forever. But it was a beautiful. I just like what I saw yesterday, and I must admit, when I first walked in there, it felt like the Black Power Awards. I'm gonna just tell you straight up, because how he had the vendors set up, like when he had that.
Oh wow!
When DJ had that first Black Power Awards, it was the same way. When you first walked up in the building, the vendors was right there. They were right there, and the way it was set up, I was like, man, I'm at the Black Power Awards all over again. I had to turn around and go live off gate, like to let the family know what was going on.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so it was. I mean, I'm telling you, man, it was a good success. I didn't expect it to be like it was, as far as with the vendors and Black-owned businesses really, you know, stepping up and showing out like that. I really didn't expect that. So when I saw it, I was amazed. Like, yo, it was a beautiful thing. That's all I want to say. So I wanted to ask you though, James, like, what kind of gave you the motivation to do that, to make you want to decide to do a Black Power Fest? Was it DJ down there in Atlanta or what? What it was?
Well, like, oh yeah, that I can't weave away from that, man. I got a chance to pretty much meet up with DJ. At the time, I was working part-time at KG Men's Warehouse, and I was pretty much, he was looking for a shirt at the time, man, and I looked at him because I remember him from off of Facebook. I was, you know, he had put a few videos on Facebook, and I was looking at a few of his teachings, man, and I walked up to him with the shirt, and I was like, yo, Wayne, you know what I mean? You know, from the Black Power Awards, because the very first event, you know, his first annual, I was familiar with that area where he was going to do it at Austell, right there, not too far from Six Flags. Mm-hmm. So he was like, yeah, you know, it's going to be my first annual, and we kind of just basically built from there, man. And he was telling me what he was doing and different ideas he was bringing into the Atlanta area, and that kind of sparked me right there. You know, that really kind of inspired me. That right there at that time. I didn't know I was going to move back home. You understand what I'm saying? Because he already had invited me to come the Black Power Awards that year. So I never got a chance to go to the first annual because we pretty much was going through a little few things or whatnot. My money was a little low. But he told me about it and how it went. And he put a few videos. And I was like, oh, my God, man, I wish I was there. So the second year, coming into the second year, you know, for November, you know, he would start doing the advertising. Matter of fact, he wanted me to help him, and he invited me to the phone conference for the board of the phone when they do the little conference talk. But at that time, my wife and I was already making transitions or moving back to North Carolina, so I knew I couldn't give him 100% of my time because of me shipping back home. But, you know, to answer your question, yeah, he truly inspired me to really do that. And it was just something in that I seen. And from just the talk of it and looking at the comments and just a lot of the pictures that I got a chance of seeing, man, I can tell that it was a beautiful moment to be able to celebrate Black people, you know, Black excellence. You know, a lot of people that don't, you know, pretty much get talked about. You know, a lot of people that's really putting out their work out there in the trenches that's doing for the community, but a lot of people don't talk about them because they're not athletes. They're not musicians. You understand what I'm saying? They're not, you know, a rapper or anything like that. So I knew coming back home, we had nothing like that. You understand? So I said, well, I'm going to create something. It may not be as big as what DJ doing, but I'm gonna have to create something. And that was that spark of just saying, hey, let's do the Black Power Fest. Let's do this and let's do it right, because I feel like if the foundation is set, you know, me and Deedon also, he helped me with the Black Power Fest. He supported. And like I told him, you know, if it's done, everything else is going to pave way, man. So I honestly, I'm still kind of dazed about it and how it went. Because it was a lot of work, but at the end of the day, looking at the final result, man, it was very beautiful. A lot of awareness was addressed, and the people got what they came for, man. It was a beautiful thing, man.
Right.
Deedon, anything you want to add, bro?
Oh no, I agree. I mean, I appreciate James trying to give me some credit for it. You know, he did most of the work, but hey, I take a little bit. But nah, man, when we have a chance, especially in Greenville, North Carolina, you know, Greenville, it's not a town where it celebrates Blackness, or it really gives us the chance to celebrate who we are as a people and what we came through. So when you have opportunities such as that does that, then it's always a great thing and can only build. You see what I'm saying? That's the whole purpose of this, an event like this, is to build to greater things to come and to spark people's interest on how to build certain things and how to maintain a economy where we can have buildings that we call our own, or have institutions that we call our own, and supply things to the community that are needed. So, you know, anything like that is always a plus one to me.
Yeah, and like I was telling my family, you know, when we was there, it's like we have an event coming up in June where we're gonna have a community block party, and I was just like, the way you have the children there, like when you get into the minds of the youth, the parents always follow the kids. Right. And I like the way how he deal with from like age of 3 to 12 is your working area, because you can really affect the children at that age. You get what I'm saying? You can instill a lot of good values and teach them things that they're not being taught. You get what I'm saying? So like, and my thing is, we need to start having coalitions, even though you may be in Greenville or I may be in Tarboro or Rocky Mount. Like, we all need to have coalitions to work together to, you know what I'm saying? So like, when we have our event, I'm inviting y'all to come down here. Yeah. You can bring your girls, you know what I'm saying? If y'all want to speak, it don't matter, because it's our time. Like right now, we're in a situation where we have to do it. Ain't nobody gonna do it for us. We've been waiting long enough. We've been waiting for Pope Jesus long enough. The bottom line, we've been waiting long enough. So it's time for us to actually start walking in the footsteps, actually doing the work ourselves, and stop putting it off on somebody else. So I applaud y'all, brothers, man. I really do. I've been following y'all. I'm glad y'all on the show, man. The Black Power Fest was a success. If if you did not make it, you missed a treat. It was so good that my battery went dead on my phone. So I was trying to get a little footage here and there, but sometimes you miss the moment when you're trying to get footage. So in a sense, I'm kind of glad that my phone kind of like went dead, because I got to enjoy it, man. And I'm telling y'all, man, it was a big success. Y'all just don't know. Like, I already know the next one can only get bigger. Right. It can only get bigger. But I was so excited just to be a part of it. It didn't even matter if I spoke or not. The fact that I saw these black people in a building with all that black love being shared, black businesses, you sponsoring them, and it was just black community together. That's all I needed to see. I was happy, man. I was happy as I can be. So, I applaud y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? I tip my hat to you, man, because the way you had it lined up, I know how it is, James, when you do events and you got to run and do everything, and then to see the fruits of your labor. That's the most rewarding thing about it, when you can actually see the fruits of your labor, all that hard work that you put into it, you can actually see it materializing and turn it into what it's turned to. So, man, look, man, I wasn't trying to be up here. I just wanted y'all to get up here. I was just so excited, man. Y'all just don't know. Y'all made my weekend. Hey. Y'all made I've been talking about this all day. It made my weekend, and it make me proud to see that the area that we're in, we all waking up. We all out here just trying to do whatever we can do to improve the lives of the people around us. You get what I'm saying? And I'm just so happy about it. Like my homeboy, he got there on the co-owner, he got there late, you know what I'm saying? But me and him was building about it today, about like, we're gonna come up there and link up with y'all, man. We got a lot of things that y'all don't know that we doing, like websites, clothes. See, I wasn't even up there trying to even show all that. It wasn't even about that at that time. My thing was just to be a part of Black love and Black unity. You get what I'm saying? But the building can come later on. But I'm telling y'all, man, my children loved it. My children, they slept like a baby. They were talking about it. My daughter woke up this morning, told she want to go to the Black Power Fest again. So she enjoyed herself, man. And that's all you can ask for. That's all you can ask for, is when your children enjoy what they saw and they look forward to it. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah, it was a big success in my eyes, man. So I tip my hat to y'all, brothers, man.
Yeah, we all made it, you know what I'm saying, possible. So all we can do is build from now, you know, and continue to build. Hey.
Facts, man. That's facts. So, man, y'all got anything? Y'all got any plugs y'all want to throw in about anything upcoming y'all got?
Oh, I know. March the 8th. If people in Greenville or anywhere else, March the 8th, people in Greenville come out to City Council. In City Council, we're trying to let City Council know that the people in Greenville are tired of waiting on certain things, and are fed up to a certain point on how things are being handled. You know, we live in an environment where the police are totally aggressive to black people in our communities. They show a lack of respect to our human rights and our constitutional rights. So we can no longer go about living this type of way under these type of conditions. And if we're going to be truly citizens, we should be treated that type of way. So we're going to go to City Hall March 8th, and we're going to let City Council know that we not waiting no more. So yeah.
That's what's up, man. You know, that's the same thing we got going on down here too.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead, James. Go ahead, bro.
Could you hear me? Could you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Could you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. We hear you now.
You can hear me now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. My phone is jacked up. But yeah, man, most definitely. Right now we're trying to. I'm gonna have to get. I'm getting with Deedon sometime this week. But me and my other partner, I introduced you to Stuart, Maurice Barnes, man. We'll be setting something up. We don't actually have a particular date. We're looking at probably the end of March, the first week of April, where we're going to actually have a community meeting. The community meeting may be at the same location at the IGC. And what we're doing is basically just gathering up the community, the masses, and letting them know what we are working on and what we are working towards building or actually creating our own establishment, having our own culture center here in Greenville, North Carolina. I think it's past due that Greenville do not have a culture center to cater to our kids. You know, and especially when you're talking about giving these kids something to do and to be a part of, and where they can channel into. And you know, being away from home and seeing Atlanta and seeing they have so many opportunities and performing arts centers that these young kids can be a part of without paying a dime and be a part of that program, the skills, crafts, whatever they are into, and to be able to give back to the society, man. So I know that the city is not they're not interested towards catering for our kids, our inner kids, and I feel like, you know, and I told Deedon, you know, I feel like it's our power to make that happen, and for that to happen, I feel like it has to take a village. And the people that come together with their resources, their knowledge, their understandings, their opinions. You understand what I'm saying? To come together to see how we can kind of structuralize this facility. And pretty much, I mean, when it comes down to programs, I'm not saying I'm the best at it, but I'm pretty good. You know, putting together programs. I already have 22 programs. One program is pretty much already launched off, and that's the Beyond Elite. But I got 22 more other programs. I'm working with local government credit union. I'm working with CPU IT technology that's willing to teach our young black men the inside of how to operate computers, not just the software, but also how to break down a word process. You know, in more of the word processing, how to build, you know, the hard drive, things of that nature. So I got a lot of these guys that owns their own business or work for other companies that's willing to give back to the service of the community, man, that I already have spoke with, have community with, and have meetings with, to willing to do that, man. So that's what we're doing, and it's going to be sometime. I would say the last weekend of March, first week of April. I would know a little bit more as we pretty much sit down and talk about it. Me and Deedon got to talk about it as well. But that's what we're doing. I feel like that's as much needed here because Greenville don't have nothing. I mean, nothing in this area for our kids, man. And if we can have something, man, I mean, we can at least and somewhat kind of kill some of the crime rate. You know, not all of it, but now the kids have an option of being a part of something than what they see out there. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what we're working on. That's my next big project, man, and I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Okay, yeah, that's what's up, man. And I hope y'all have go ahead, y'all do it. Y'all have big success, man. And I'm gonna tell you something. Politics is where we must go because in the areas at which we stay, we are the majority. The problem is we're scattered. And when I mean we're scattered, I mean we vote scatteredly. We don't vote as a collective. You got Democrats, Republicans, all that is foolishness. Like we need to start voting for what's in the best interest of our people. And once we get that mindset and we start taking the role in politics, but that's where it's at, family. Believe it or not, politics along with grassroots organizations, and you groom the future politicians like through the children. And when they get in position, you get them in office. And once they get in office, you start controlling the economics of the town and the cities. And that's when we really gonna see change. So somehow we have to change. And this is everywhere. This is where I stay as well. Because when I ran for office, I lost by over 150 votes. But that's good for the first time. But me and the brother, we split the votes. So like the brother had like 100, like we split the black vote. So the white lady was able to slide right up in there. And that's what happens a lot of time is we split the vote and then somebody can slide up in there because we don't vote as a block. So somehow we have to raise the consciousness of all the citizens, especially the black, about voting, because a lot of times we don't care about voting. Because when we have voted, we ain't seen no change because we vote the wrong people in. And sometimes, I got some like older generation tell you they went out and campaigned for these people. And then we also not educated in a political arena to understand how things work. So just because you vote one person in, don't mean that one person can make changes. It all depends on how many people on the board and how many seats you control. So we have to get politically engaged, and also we got to get politically aware of what's going on, so we can start targeting the politics of our areas in which we stay. And once we start targeting the politics and we get people in places, everything else will fall in because they don't want to control the money. And that's the problem. The resources, we have the resources.
Right.
It's just that they're going other places. They're not going where they're helping us. So we need to get people in office. So I like what you're doing about that town meeting. Like we have meetings at our building at the Rosa Parks Sankofa Academy. Every week we open to people coming to meetings so we can talk about what's going on. We go to the town hall meetings on Tuesdays. And then on Wednesdays, we telling people, look, y'all come to our building, and we'll tell you what happened at the town hall meeting. But the problem is a lot of people ain't interested. So they ain't interested. So, and then you find when they get interested, it's something that personally affects them. But we got to stop looking and waiting for it to touch home to realize if it touched my neighbor, it's touching me because we one big family. And until we start working like that big cohesive unit of one big family like we used to be, one big family, then it ain't never gonna change. Cause I'm telling you, I sit around here, bro, and we see it, we talk about it, people know it, but when it's time for action, it's like, man, you know what? Like, let me tell y'all quick, I ain't gonna tell y'all a lot, but quick story, when I run for office and it's time to vote, right? Now listen, I'm in the street, so people see me. I'm not no politician that just come around once in a while. I'm always walking up and down the street. You feel me? That's me. I'm in the street. So it's time to vote. Brothers don't want to go vote, man. Like, where my 40? Give me a 40, I'll go vote. This is some of the stuff I'm hearing. And I'm like, come on, man, you get what I'm saying? Like,
right.
This is what you so, but it tells you the mind frame
right
of the people. And then once the election over with, damn man, you know what? You was the best choice. I know I was the best choice.
Right.
But I ain't mad because we all go through stages of learning ourselves. Everybody wake up at a different tone. Everybody don't, get woke at the same time. So you got steps with everything. So you gotta be patient, man. But I just applaud y'all, brothers, man. I like what y'all doing. I'm trying my best to get in Greenville to see whatever I can do. I see y'all got a good future ahead. Y'all already working. I just want to see if I can be a part of it to help out any means. You know what I'm saying? Any means that we can work together to see this, because it's for all of us. You get what I'm saying? It ain't for one, it's for all of us in general to get to this promised land. And we on our way. That's all I'm saying. We on our way.
Most definitely. We definitely gonna stay in touch, and I'm gonna call. We're gonna have many conversations other than this right here. Yeah. So this is just a start right here.
And that's what it is, man. So look, man. We've been up here about 20 minutes. It's long enough. Might have been longer than that. I'm gonna let you close out. But look, family. I'll be doing a video probably tomorrow talking about Bitcoins or something. So y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe the page and leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? I'll respond back to you. I'm gonna let you close out, bro, man.
Who, me?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you close.
All right. Well, I guess I end the note. You was talking about politics and things of that nature. Our fight has always been for power. Ever since we have our encounters with the colonizers, we always fought for a position of power. Our fight is not assimilation or reforms. We don't want reforms, and we don't want to be assimilated into a society that does not give us what we need and represent who we are as a people. So we want power. Voting for people just because they're a Democrat is not power. Voting for people just because they say they like people, black people, is not power. We have to destroy the system of capitalism. Capitalism and colonialism is what keeps black people in bondage, not only in America, but all over the world. And that is the problem. It is a parasitic concept, not even a concept. It is a parasitic institution that sucks the blood out of working class people, black people, Latina people, and poor people globally. And that is what must be defeated. That is what we're fighting against, and that's what we must destroy. And the only way we destroy that is the mobilization of black, working class, and poor people, not only in America, like I said, but globally. So that's what we got to fight for and continue to fight for. Because all this, I hate to say it, but sometimes, I see a lot of stuff online. I hear a lot of barbershop conversations with people, they get more riled up about movies than they are about the death of a 12-year-old boy in Cleveland. And to me, that's a problem. You understand? I have a problem with people are more concerned about what a basketball player is than somebody losing their life and being left dead in the streets for hours in front of their mother. So we really have to consider what we are fighting for, and we're fighting for power. So that's the only way I can sum that up.
That's what it is. Hey, James, you back? Look, James, I'm gonna let you close out.
Yes, I'm back, brother. I'm back.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you close out. I'm gonna let you end the show however you want to end it.
Oh man. Well, just speaking on that, man, just the main thing I feel, at the end of the day, it all ties down of bringing it, bringing it back into, to a oneness, man, a unity. And I just feel like that's where the power relies at. If we can come together and at least agree on one thing. I mean, we're not going to agree on everything. We wasn't never created to agree on everything. We're totally different people. But at least to be able to agree on something. And what I mean about that something, I'm talking about a change. If it's within police brutality, if it's with the economics, the economy and things that's going on around us, if it's about our community and for the poverty and for them continually to be in poverty, to change that in a way, man, we have to make a stand. We have to come together and just really make a stand and make a difference, man, in one's life, man. I'm totally about benefiting others and not myself. That's my slogan, and I push it all the way through with everything that I do, man. And I, like I told Deedon, I don't want to duplicate. I'm not trying to duplicate what the Black Panther Party have already done for the people here. I'm not trying to duplicate none of that. But I do love a lot of the principles that was taught. If it was through Huey P. Newton or Bobby Seale, these guys taught some great principles and just the way that things were structured and organized in a way within people. And you know, me and you, Mike, Stewart, we spoke about leaders as well, man. You know, we spoke about leaders coming up, and if you know you the leader, stand up and be a voice for the people. Get out there and put in action. And it's not so much of just putting the voice out there, man, but just really showing action. That's what I'm about. At the end of the day, I talk all day, man, but at the end of the day, you will be able to match my actions of everything I'm telling you. And that's the difference with a lot of people, because what they do is, and what I have seen a lot is I see a lot of jibber jabbering. I want to do this, I want to do this, we need to do this, we need to do that. But there's no action that's put in effect. There's nothing, there's no change, and I just feel like now we're in the 21st century now. With this 2018, man, technology is like it's never been before, man. And these guys like the Black Panther Party and the Black Wall Street, Marcus Garvey and all them. You talking about back then? They didn't have none of this stuff. So they came out of a more of a really out of the trenches, with lesser things to use and things of that nature. And I feel like it's only a cop out, as well as an excuse of why we don't have this, or why we don't have why we don't have this type of power, or why we don't have that, man. I just feel like we need to pick up the ball, man, and run with it. And I feel like that's what we are here to do. We're here to pick up the ball and run with it. We're here to carry on the Malcolm X, the legacy he left behind. That he reputing all of the principles that they taught, man, and teaching our kids. Those are the generations that's going to come up behind us. These are the ones that you want to bring and enlighten them of what the society is and what they are about. These are the ones that you want to be able to plant the gold nuggets inside, man. And that's why I truly believe, man, it starts with them, the kids. That's it. It starts with them. Everything else, at the end of the day, it's okay. But everything else is irrelevant, because I feel like if I can stop the cycle, I got to start with the kids. That's how you stop the cycle of things happening. The way that things are perceived and their perceptions, and just a lot of things, man, that we can talk about, man. It can stop with them, man, and their generations, teaching them the right way, guiding them the right way, teaching them the right principles, getting these young men out here working, learning, going back to, a lot of the basic curriculums that my father or his father had at that time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that is missing. A lot of that. And especially love. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't love each other. You know what I mean? And it go deeper than that. They don't love themselves.
Fact.
They don't love themselves, man. So I just feel like we can come together, man, and be an illustration for the people. And how you do that is putting in action. All that talking is cool, but unless you putting in action and people seeing things in motion, you ain't really doing nothing. And that's what I'm about. That's my attitude about it. And that's it, man. I'm all for the people. Whatever you're doing, Stewart, man, I want to support it. Anything I can do. I do a lot of things if it comes down to marketing, flyers, videos, whatever. You seen my work. So just hit me up, man. We're brothers, man, and I want to do what I can do to support you and any of your guys as well, man. So thank you so much. Thank you.